What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode from CA Buildz. If you guys are new to the channel, please tap that subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on your post notifications. A lot of you guys have asked for this video, so we're finally gonna do it. Today we're gonna do the full price breakdown on our 2017 Tesla Model X. If you guys are new to the channel and haven't seen this car yet, I will go over everything that we did to it, everything that was damaged, everything that we replaced, and what it cost to actually get it back to OEM spec. There was a whole bunch of work that we did on the exterior, on the interior, a whole bunch of airbags were deployed, and today we're gonna go over all of that. And don't worry, the Supra is still here. It's been sitting ever since. We're waiting on our airbags. I actually did find a used set of airbags, so we're waiting for those to come in. And we're still waiting on L&D Solutions to finish up the headliner and to finish up the dashboard, so there will be a video on that one pretty soon. What's up, buddy? Oh yeah? You got your bone? Let's go. Let's go. Go get it. So before I actually get into the prices of what we paid for the car, what all the parts cost, I'll just kind of go over everything that was done to this car for anyone that haven't seen this build yet. So basically there was damage to the right side right here. I'll probably leave a picture somewhere either over there or over here so you guys could see the picture how the car was before. But it was damaged to this side over here. The hood was replaced, the fender was replaced, the headlight, the bumper. Basically, this whole corner got impacted. I had to get a new rim because this one was cracked. It had a whole bunch of suspension damage on this side. Basically, all the suspension components on this side were replaced. And on top of all of that, the subframe was cracked as well. So we had to take the whole suspension, everything apart underneath over there, and change the subframe as well. So everything over here, this door over here actually had some damage as well right here. It got bondoed. Everything got painted and blended that way, and it just looks perfect. Like if you look at the car from any angle, this thing literally looks brand new and OEM. Like you can never tell that it was in an accident. Parts that were damaged and got realigned actually look better than the OEM ones because Tesla honestly doesn't really care about their body lines. Like you go all around the car, their body lines and gaps, they just suck. Like everything sticks out. A lot of the stuff is not aligned. Like even that 90D, the emblems, they just put them so crooked. And this is a 2017, it's a 90D all-wheel drive. It also has autopilot, which was pretty cool. But the front end and everything got repaired perfectly. And honestly, this thing even looks better than OEM. All right, guys, now let's get to the actual numbers. I'll be reading it off my phone and kind of showing you guys the car at the same time. But the initial winning bid of this Model X was $28,500. Which is honestly super cheap. Like I've never seen them go for that cheap. This kind of damage this year in model, they go for anywhere around $40,000. For us to get it for $28,500 is really cheap, but it wasn't on pure sale. It wasn't approval, which means that the insurance company has a set price they want to get for the car. If they don't get that price, then they'll either rerun it or they'll try to like bargain back and forth with you to get the price they want. And that's exactly what happened. So we got it for $28,500, and I believe the insurance company wanted $35,000 for it. So we kind of just started bargaining back and forth. I would raise up a couple $100, they would drop down a couple $100. So we finally settled for $30,500, which is honestly still a really good deal for this kind of Model X. And Copart has a whole bunch of fees. The more the car is, the more fees there actually is as well. So after all the fees and everything, it was $31,908. And this was not local. So we're in Northern California. This was down in LA. And the towing from Los Angeles to Northern California was $340. Keeps bringing the bone. Want me to throw it? Yeah? Now you're gonna run away? Come here. Go get it. And like I said before, there was a whole bunch of damage to this side of the car. I have the whole parts list on my phone and it's not really organized. It's kind of the order with which I bought the parts. So I'll kind of be jumping back and forth. But the first thing I bought was the bumper and the hood. So the bumper and the hood was a total of $650, which is honestly super cheap. Like I was very surprised how cheap the parts were for this Model X. I mean, there was a couple of things here and there that were kind of expensive, but for the most parts, all the parts were really cheap. So the bumper and the hood was $650. Then I had to buy this flare right here. That flare was $115. This rim was damaged over here, and the lower control arm was a total of $250. We had to buy this headlight right here. I believe that one was good, but this one over here we did buy, and this headlight was $320. Then we had to buy the fender and a couple miscellaneous pieces, and that was a total of $450. Next, we bought all the suspension components. We had to get a charger for it and an air bracket that goes behind this bumper right here, and that was a total of $1,300. Next, I had to buy a headlight support. It's like this big old bracket that goes underneath the headlight that the headlight sits on, and that bracket was $380. Then we needed to buy a new tire. So this is a brand new tire right here, and this sucker is big. Where's that size? It's 265 45/40, and this is a Pirelli Scorpion, I believe. Yeah, it's a Pirelli Scorpion. and that tire was a total of 340 bucks. Then we also had to buy an axle and a bumper bracket that goes right here, and I believe we bought one for that side as well because it had some broken clips, and that was a total of $320. Then we had to buy a fender liner. So this fender liner right here was not here. I think we found one used, and that was a total of $150. After that, we had to buy the front storage, whatever you call it, that's underneath the hood. Let me actually open it for you guys, show you what I'm talking about. So this sucker right here, not just the cover, the actual whole front, it's like a big plastic thing that just sits on the whole frame over here. And that was a total of $420, which is honestly kind of on the pricey side. But we had to replace it because ours was damaged on that side as well. After that, we had to tow the car around. So we had to tow it to the frame shop. We had to tow it to the paint shop. And I counted the towing up. It was a total of 160 bucks. Then the actual frame part. So we did have to take this Model X to the frame because the apron over here was kind of smashed down, I think, a little bit. So it's kind of bent down. We had to get it pulled out, get everything realigned again. And the frame wasn't too expensive. It was only 350 bucks to get everything realigned again. And then we had to reset the air suspension. Well, this is kind of not in the order. We did the reset last, but whatever. To reset the air suspension, it was a total of 250 bucks. So basically a guy came out with his computer because the bracket was broken over there, and the suspension, we had to replace everything over here. So the air suspension had to get reset, calibrated, whatever you want to call it. And that was a total of 250 bucks. After that, we had to take it to the paint shop. So the paint shop actually painted the whole front end. They painted this door, they blended it that way, painted the fender, painted the hood, painted the bumper, and they blended this fender over here. And honestly did a really good job because you can't even tell this thing was painted. The paint job is really nice, and the total for the paint job was only $720. Then we had to get an alignment done because of the suspension damage. The alignment was way off, so the alignment was only 60 bucks. And we did change the subframe. I calculated the price with the suspension, but the subframe was replaced. It was kind of a pain to get to it, but we did change it with all the suspension components on this side. And that's pretty much it for the exterior. Going on to the interior, we also had a whole bunch of work done to it as well. But before we get to that, let's go give you guys a couple pulls and some rolling shots. Check out these doors. Probably my favorite part. Opens up, you sit down, press the brake, and the door shuts. That thing is so cool. So the only thing we need to do right now is actually clear our airbag light, safety restraint system, and usually the airbag, there it is, the airbag light turns on, but we will get that clear, just haven't really got to it. And now let's go rip it. All right. Man, the instant power on this thing is just insane. It got so much torque. Like right now we're going 60. We are in Mexico, of course, but we're going 60. You step on it and this thing just flies. Okay, let's give this thing one more pull right here. All right, let's go. Oh my goodness. This thing has so much instant power. It's so much different than a gas car. Like the GTR, the F-Type car that we had, those things were really fast, but this thing is just so much different. All right, now we're gonna hop on the interior. I'll show you guys everything that we did over there, but there was a whole bunch of comments. A lot of you guys were wondering, does this Model X actually supercharge? If you guys watched the previous videos on the Model S, you guys know that the Model S was blacklisted and that did not supercharge. This Model X actually supercharged. I have no idea why. I don't know what's different about it. Hopefully it's still gonna supercharge after this video, but as of right now, this thing does still supercharge, which is a very big plus. Now let's hop on the interior. I'll show you guys everything that we did there. But check out these doors, man. These things are just wild. So there was a whole bunch of airbags that were deployed on the interior. Every single seat, so these 4 seats, the airbag was deployed in it. And man, this thing is filthy. I didn't get a chance to clean it, but all of these airbags were deployed. So every single one needed to get a new airbag, and it all got stitched up. So everything's looking amazing here. Both of the knee airbags inside over here were replaced as well. So this one under there and the one on the driver's side as well got replaced. The dashboard was honestly the only airbag that didn't get replaced. The steering wheel airbag got replaced. Both of these curtain airbags got replaced. So the one right here, the one that goes over there, and both of the airbags on the doors got replaced right here too. So there was a total of 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 airbags that were replaced. That's a whole bunch of airbags. It was honestly a lot of work to get all these airbags done. Turned out really nice, and you can't even tell any of the airbags were ever deployed. And I did find a used set of all of these airbags. We actually got a total of 12. We got the dashboard one as well on eBay for a really good price. So the total for all of the airbags was $1,450, which is really cheap. That's 12 airbags for 1,400 bucks. Really good deal. Then we had to get these door panels redone as well. So these panels over here, when the airbag deployed, somewhere right here and over there, they ripped. So where the airbag deployed, the door panels ripped. We took these to L&D Solutions, shout out to them. They completely redone them, and now they look perfect. Like, you cannot tell these things were ever ripped. It was somewhere over there and over there, and now they just look brand new. So to get those door panels done, it was a total of 400 bucks, $200 per panel, which is a pretty good price as well. And then we had to get our seats restitched as well. So when the airbag deploys, it rips the seats right here on this seam, and all of them had to get restitched. So these two and those two had to all get done. We took it to the shop, and they charged $200 per seat, which was a total of 800 bucks to get those looking brand new again. So with all of that, it comes down to a grand total of $41,133. I think that's a really good deal. Use these things in our area right now. This model is somewhere around 60 to 65,000. So salvaged one, we got about $20 to $25,000 cheaper, which is pretty good because this thing honestly looks perfect. You will never tell there wasn't an accident. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Did I actually get a good deal, or did I overpay for this Model X? It will be going up for sale pretty soon here, so if anyone is interested, DM me on Instagram at CA Buildz. Probably give me a follow as well. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for all the love and support. If you guys are new here, smash that subscribe button, maybe hit the like button as well, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.